Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's Remastered. Today it's going to be Flash and Queen here on Polestar, an incredible game from earlier this year. Sent to me by RJB. Bottom right, it is Flash, and on the bottom left, it is Queen. Excellent stuff here from these two guys. We got Light, Rush, Snow, and Mini all watching just like you. They are interested to see who's going to come out on top here from a 2025 replay between these two players. It is Polestar. It is a weird map, you guys. You will see it to believe it. So, been watching ASL 19, just like a lot of you guys, and wow. Sulky looks to be in excellent form. I'm not going to say anything other than that, but Queens featured into a game with Sulky in Group A of the round of 16. That's it. So watch it. Watch the TITANS cast. Watch the Korean cast if you want. Watch the other English cast as well if you want, because you need to watch ASL 19. Yo, so happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having an incredible time. The response to me posting some recent vids from my Twitch stream as a standalone VOD was surprising, to say the least, because they got like 1/5 of the views that normal ones do. So I learned my lesson. We're going to go ahead and not do that anymore. So that's an announcement for everyone who was upset about that. Anyway, we've got ourselves an overpool opening here from Queen, middle of the road opening between economic and aggressive from the Zerg player. We got a barracks coming up, walling off against a pool first, and then expanding behind it. Here is Flash, 370 APM versus 370 APM. The Overlord is scouting the wrong direction, but that is A-OK. That's right, Terry. You are scouting the wrong direction, and we love you for it, because that means you can stay alive. Good scouting here. Scouting the right direction here is Steve the SCV with merch at falconpaladin.store along with Terry, and says, hey, that is not a hatch first. Yep, pool's already done. Extractor coming down. So let's go ahead and finish this wall, make a marine, and then we can expand here. If it was a hatch first play, then we would make maybe one marine and expand. But yeah, this marine here and then fully walling off is the safe thing to do, because there are Zerglings on the map. Overlord scouting again. This SCV fully saturating the gas. Here are these drones, and there we go. So 2 Marines can hold off a lot of Zerglings here, especially with repair. This SCV has to body block because you cannot... Ooh, these 2 SCVs have to body block because there's a little place where you can slip by here on Polestar. And yeah, that's okay. Everything is A-OK here. Just an SCV down for 4 Zerglings getting killed and scouting the gas. That's it. Just a little bit of a scout of the gas. 1 SCV. That is an acceptable loss here from our guy Flash. First 100 gas going towards a lair. And let's see if we're going to take a 3rd base here against our guy Flash. SCV trying to get away, but not fast enough. So pushing out with 4 Marines here to catch the Overlord. Hurry, Overlord. This is not Terry. Terry is here. He is safe, but this second Overlord, run! Here, we'll turn off these visions, and then there we go. So we can't see it because of the high ground there. Overlord's safe, and he does see the Marines coming across here at a weird timing. This is basically a royal thing to do. And I don't... Why? Why did we not make any Zerglings? Why did we not try to make a Sunken here? You saw the 4 Marines. I guess he didn't want to delay the Spire, I guess? So 4 minutes and 10 seconds is the start of that Spire here. And then Flash coming back home. What? 2 more Zerglings got in. Oh no! Delaying the factory here. Is this... this could be a mech play, but I think we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the factory will be used for a starport and science vessels, or if there's another factory gonna be built. That would indicate mech. It's a vulture, so 1 vulture on the way, but a vulture on the way here could just be to trick Queen into thinking that he is going mech. and have him respond improperly here to the SK Terran. But, oh, second factory. Oh, second factory. So it is. It is going to be a mech opening here with an armory as well. Early armory here, sunken on the way from the threat of this slow vulture man. Machine shop. Let's go ahead and guess which upgrade will be first from this machine shop. I'm going to say Spider Mines. I'm going to say Spider Mines is the first here from this machine shop. Flash, prove me right, man. Armory, because we need Goliaths to hit these Mutalisks that are going to show up soon. Soon indeed. Engineering Bay finishing up right now. And the Mutas are popping. 6 Mutalisks and a +1 flyer attack. Hurry. Missile turrets. There we go. Missile turrets. Double pump. These Goliaths. We need to be safe from these Mutalisks of Queen Man. They are so deadly. Third hatch here. Macro hatch. Not an expansion. No third base expansion here from the Zerg player. And it looks like it's going to be Charon boost. Duh. Because again, it's a Mutalisk opening here. So after Charon boost, I think it's going to be Spider Mines. Revising my prediction. That's what you do when you're a caster. So 5 Mutalisks here, 6 Mutalisks here, 7 Mutalisks here, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Mutalisks. And these Goliaths have a sacred trust to defend these SCVs from these Mutalisks with their super long distance range. That is not quite here yet, but it will be here eventually. You wouldn't know it. It goes to school in Canada. Third basing drone. Going out. Escorting the drone, as any professional player should do, but basically professional players do not do that as much as I wish they would. And when they do, I call it a naked expand attempt, because you are naked out here as a worker. One army unit can shut it down, unless you're being escorted, like those Lings did. So excellent job there, Queen. Third base here at the 9 o'clock position here on Polestar. Mutalisks again, sharking around here. Charon boost is done. And into Stim. Hold on a second. Medics and Stim? Is this a Goliath opening into SK Terran? That is the question everybody must be asking themselves right now. Oh my gosh, he made 3 more barracks after these 2 factories. Artosis did talk about this in the ASL 19 cast that I just watched. He said there used to be a build with Goliaths and Marines. Or I guess Valkyries and Marines, he said. Yeah, he said Valkyries and Marines, not Goliaths and Marines. So it's Marines with medic support and Stim. And some Goliaths here on a 2-base push. That is the ultimate anti-Mutalisk composition as far as I am concerned. Well, again, Valkyries are good as well against Mutalisks here, but man, that is a pretty good anti-air composition. So we've got Burrow on the way. He says something weird is going on here. I don't think we got deep enough to see if there was a starport, but if it's a Wraith opening here, I think he canceled Burrow there. I think he got deep enough to see there aren't any starports. He's like, are you following it up with Wraiths? That's why you would do Burrow here this early, to burrow against the Wraith attack. Hang on a second. Did he finish it? Did I hear a Burrow? Oh, never mind. He totally finished Burrow. Okay. He did finish Burrow. All right, man. So mass Mutalisk against Stimmed Marines with medic support and Goliath Flash. You madman. What is going on here? Supply blocking the Zerg. Hurry, throwing up creep colonies. We've got ourselves burrowed lings all over the map here. Not a burrowed ling trap, but just burrowed lings to scout and see the troop movements here. Hurry, pick off reinforcements. That's pretty much all you can do right now. This is a +1 Mutalisk ball. Picking off reinforcements. Hurry, make more Sunkens. Make more Sunkens at the natural base. We've got a scan. And a scan here saying, oh, you have one sunken and you're desperately trying to throw down more sunkens? Let's go there. But this is high ground, right? And this is low ground. Going up a hill against sunkens is a very, very, very difficult thing to do, no matter how big your army is here. So Flash looks like he's trying to go back home, or maybe posturing that he's going back home. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these little... Look how much vision there is here. From those burrowed Zerglings, man. Good stuff. Diving in, forcing a pull of every single SCV inside the main base, and then diving on top of these Marines and these Goliaths. Woohoo! Run! Run, Mutalisks. Run indeed. And then a vehicle plating upgrade. What? So we've got tanks here. We've got siege mode on the way. Well, I'm wrong. Maybe spider mines will not be researched at all here. We've got a Queen's Nest here from our guy Queen, but I don't know. I guess Ultralisks would be good against this composition. There's only one siege tank, but there are more tanks on the way. And siege mode as well. We've got Lurker Aspect. Excellent job. We've got more Sunkens on the way here. Mutalisks again, just trying to harass, but losing so many of them in the process. Well, there are a lot of Mutalisks, so losing a few, I guess, is not too harmful here. And you can dive, yeah, double dive bomb these missile turrets, and they will disappear. Setting up pressure on the natural base here is our guy Flash, sieging up one siege tank and protecting it with a lot of unupgraded, well, +1 Marines, I lied, and 1 Goliaths. What is going on here, Flash? This is some nut stuff. I love it so much. What's the play here? Is Queen just gonna die? He's making, well, more mutas. He doesn't know what else to do here. Adding some Zerglings to the mix would be pretty good. It feels like he can just win this engagement. I don't know about that. He did kill a lot of Marines. Army value is definitely favoring the Terran here. Flash at 85 to 76 overall supply, 26 to 36 on the workers. Two base in it hard right now is Flash. No sign of a third base from him whatsoever. He's getting those upgrades. It is kind of a 1-1 timing style attack. A lot of these Sunkens are dead. And once enough of the Sunkens are dead, you can dart in there, no problem, with these Marines, with these Goliaths, and take down this second base. So we got the Queen's Nest. No sign of a hive here. No sign of Queens. No sign of ensnare. Which might work. Right? It totally might work here to get ensnare. Slow down the movement speed and the attack speed of these Goliaths and these Mutas. Are you trying to get the tank? Oh, you left the tanks a little bit unprotected. He gets both the tanks. Mutaflaw continues to get bigger all the time. He's making 4 more right now, in fact. But a third siege tank shows up. These Sunkens are dying. It is a desperate situation here from Queen. You're a little bit too close. We will kill you, Goliath. We hit like drugs. I don't think he can go back. I really don't think he can go back there. So he's trying to pick off a couple of these dudes at the back. If you're separated from the unit, you're going to die, is the idea right now. Dude, more Sunkens being added all the time. He's got to snipe that tank. He's got enough to 2 volley down the tank. I was imagining at some point he'd have enough to 1 volley down the tank. He keeps adding Mutalisks to this group. That is all he's doing. He's not giving them a Carapace upgrade. He doesn't have the cash for it. He is broke as a joke here. 30 to 26 total workers in favor of the Zerg. This third base is the saving grace. If he couldn't get the third base, he'd be dead already. But I mean, the attack didn't really show up in time where it prevented the third base. So, I don't know. That wasn't going to be a problem for him. He's trying to burn down these Goliaths, burn down Marines, the stim. The range upgrade on these Marines is just everything you could ever want. I think Flash is trying to set up a trap here. If the Mutas come back this way, they're going to get ambushed. He decides not to go for that, though. 6 Mutas. That's it. He's making 6 more Mutas. He's adding Hydralisks. I don't know if he has any Lurkers yet. It's got to be for Lurkers. He has not been getting Hydra upgrades according to that production tab. Is that a tank that got picked? I think it might have been. Dude, these scouting Zerglings are providing some really important intel for Queen here today. And Flash hasn't discovered they're there at all yet. Kind of impressive stuff. Okay, sieging up low ground. Gotta get some vision high ground. Who's gonna be the one? Are we gonna scout? Oh, we're gonna scan. Oh, good pick off of another tank in exchange for a few Mutalisks. Once more Lurkers. Once these Lurkers are here, gonna be much harder for these Marines to break it. Obviously, busting up the ramp. The Mutas dive bomb in. That's probably our thumbnail right there. Flash just crushing it. More Mutas jumping in. Lurkers do finish the morph, and they burrow in, and they're getting big-time spines off on these Lurkers. Wait, on these medics. On these Marines as well. Whoa, this is looking pretty okay for Queen. I think he might have held here. Miraculously getting the Lurkers done just in time. 1 kill on that Lurker, 4 kills on that Lurker. Siege Tank has 2 kills, and it gets picked off by the Mutas in turn. More Lurkers in production. A pair of Lings. Queen decided he needs 2 Zerglings right now. Flash is all in and ballin' here. This is all he can do. I don't know that going for a third base is going to make sense for him right now. He's put so much into this attack. So much in this pressure. He hasn't killed a base yet, and he has needed to. Every tank that he makes is getting picked off by the giant Mutaflock. The most Mutas we've seen in a PvZ in quite some time. Once again, no further upgrades. A lot of the time, like Larva, if he does this, he'll give them +2 attack or a Carapace upgrade or something. But not Queen. Queen says, nah, +1 attack is fine. We're not going to worry about it even a little bit. God, these Mutas. Goodbye, Mutas. It was nice knowing you. Ugh. Varying states of alive right now are these Mutalisks. 74 to 85 supply. Hive on the way. It's not been easy for Queen. This has been a bit of a tough game for him, if not a nightmare level game for him, but he's alive. I mean, that's a lie. A nightmare level game would be you lost your third, and now you're trying to recover on 2 bases. But he kept his third, man. He's at 36 drones, exactly where he wants to be right now, although he is firing up 3 more. He's trying to get a 4th base. And Flash is just not getting a third, man. I'm looking for him to start building one right here or right inside the natural, maybe. Maybe on location over there with a little bit defense. None of that is happening. I really like the 17-minute metabolic boost upgrade. This is great out of Queen. He needed every bit of gas to go towards Mutalisks. He did not have 100 to get Ling speed today. What? Wow, what a tough hold that was. And I'm just not sure. Adrenal's coming in. Defiler's on the way. I just don't know what Flash can do from this position. This is too much economy. 4th base from Queen coming up. Getting that tier 3 out. Yeah, science vessels are tier 3. And, you know, feasibly, they're the answer to everything you need when you're fighting in a TVZ, but, ugh. Oh, he gets another tank in exchange for a couple Mutalisks. You know, you gotta pay the piper. Look at this. Burrowed Ling checks to make sure. We're not here, and the Mutas keep checking to make sure we're not here either, right? Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to be ready for Flash to go for one last final crazy good attack. And then you set up Lurkers on the top of the ramp. I mean, it could have been a hold position Lurker trap, but I mean, science vessels exist, so... kind of hard to pull off against Flash when he has the mobile permanent detection, don't you know? Yeah, Mutas just whoosh, whoosh, whittle it down, whittle it down, whittle it down. All you gotta do is whittle it down. There is no further pressure coming. There is no further pressure coming here from Flash. By that I mean economic pressure. This is it. This is the attack. He's gonna have reinforcements coming in, but he's banking, running low. His main base is gonna be mined out very, very soon. Consume is on the way. And Consume... Are there enough siege tanks here to render Dark Swarm? Just nothing. I don't know. Well, there's the Consume. Oh, man. He got that Consume off. He finished the upgrade, got the Consume, consumed a Zergling, and then Dark Swarmed, and then died immediately. That is a last possible second scenario. These Lings have Adrenal and 0/0 upgrades because he's been making nothing but Mutalisks all game. This Flash's pressure has been so intense. Lurker's there. Lurker's here. Nidus Canal into the third base too, which means it's pretty much impenetrable. Add more and more tanks to this group, though. 2 tanks at a time. Back home. It's going to be an attempted setup here to flank the backside with these Marines. Yeah, 1 Dark Swarm. Another one like right here. Yeah. That would be excellent. All right, Zerglings on top of the tanks. They're not inside Dark Swarm, though, and they only have 0/0 upgrades, so they're not going to kill the tanks as fast as they otherwise would, though Adrenal is incredible. He consumes a drone out of desperation for another Dark Swarm on the ramp. 1 Lurker on a ramp is enough with Dark Swarm on it to handle everything here. There are angles where tanks can get damage against a single Lurker inside a Dark Swarm, but doesn't often happen. This is when you add Fire Bats into the mix, but that is not happening here today. From Flash. God, that Dark Swarm is the surround to take and execute it inside the orange. And yeah, just walking through, then Cracklings engaging here too. GG Flash taps it out, and Queen, oh boy, gets a win here in 21 minutes and 8 seconds. That was intense. That was a crazy intense game there. What a match from RJB. Thanks for the replay, sir. And what a game between Queen and our guy Flash. Queen pulls it off, but my goodness, Flash going for, well, initially it was a Marine Medic Goliath style push. Yeah, added tanks in, tried to add more and more tanks in here, but that 2 base thing really needs to kill a base of the Zerg to work. He couldn't break through the incredible sunken wall that kept getting rebuilt here from Queen in the natural base. He couldn't break this ramp, which is going to be hard to do anyway, no matter who you are. No matter what race you are playing against what race, you're probably going to have a hard time busting up that ramp there. But, yeah, I mean, Science Vessels radiating. Lurkers could have done it. Siege tanks firing away on a bunch of stuff inside Dark Swarm could have done it too. But once he couldn't get into the third, once he couldn't really get up into the fourth either, there's a Nidus Canal there anyway, so shifting reinforcements from either of these locations was going to be just fine, right? Is that a Nidus? Where the heck? Oh, there we go. Nope, that's an Evolution Chamber. Where's this? That's 1 Nidus Canal. And then that's a 2nd Nidus Canal. And then where is the other Nidus? All right, this is driving me crazy. Is it here? It's a creep colony. That's a creep colony. That's a Nidus. So there are 3 completed Niduses on the map. I guess maybe he built that one up there and hadn't built the other end yet. That happens. Guess that happens sometimes. Confidence. Confidence! He didn't need it. He's like, I don't need a Nidus to bring reinforcements from the main base in this 4th base. I'll be totally fine. These Lurkers can handle it. 5-kill Lurker says, yeah. Adrenalings with still, well, a Carapace upgrade, never mind, that helps immensely, say yeah. And the Muter Harass, especially here from Queen. Harass, defense, Mutalisks were doing it all today, and that is how you play. That is how you do it. So it was touch and go there. It was not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination from Queen. But he pulled it off anyway, so GG's. Let's check out that final score, but tap that like button if you enjoyed the No Face Cam cast. We got 120,000 points, 106,000 points here. The production about the similar, very questionably similar. 200 to 100 units killed by Queen. Holy crap! It's like the best kill death ratio you're gonna see in a TVZ possibly ever. Wow, Queen. Okay, I had to look that again just to make sure I wasn't reading it wrong. 15 to 7 buildings raised. And the outspend here by Queen with the 3rd base and the 4th base. All of that makes a ton of sense, and that's a GG. So, GG, man, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.